For our latest agricultural short story, we started out in the eastern German federal state of Saxony. 30 kilometers northwest of Chemnitz, the Grünlichtenberg Farmers Cooperative farms just under 3,500 hectares of arable and 500 hectares of grassland. Cameras in hand, we joined them for 2 days in mid-October as they carried out fieldwork on their large arable farm. We start with the Case IH Quadtrac 500, which is pulling the new Kelly disc chain harrow on this particular day. It has plenty of engine power for this tillage implement. Normally the implement is hooked up to a 370 horsepower John Deere tracked tractor, but that's pulling the seed drill today. We're familiar with Australian agricultural machinery manufacturers Kelly from filming our farming documentaries in Australia. On the European market, Kelly offers the diamond harrow in 6, 9 and 12 metre working widths. The 12 metre is seen here. Acquired for the 2019 season, the disc chain harrow has already clocked up over 850 hours for Grünlichtenberg as a robust, all-round implement for various tasks. These include stubble cultivation, incorporating cover crops, and levelling out potato fields and damage caused by game. The 10 kilo discs have a diameter of 32 centimetres and are mounted with a spacing of 16 centimetres. The machine is very low wear due to its simple construction and can even handle a lot of straw as well as crop residues. The disc chain harrow works along the surface at very low working depths, which is why the farm chose it instead of a short disc harrow. The Grünlichtenberg Farmers Cooperative is well diversified. In addition to arable, the farm also has a herd of 650 dairy cattle and a 1.8 megawatts biogas plant. Harvesting is carried out by their own 4 combines, 3 of which are Claas Xerion 770 TerraTracks. When we visited in October, one of the Xerions was still busy harvesting soya for a neighbouring farm. The 12.2 metre wide draper headers from Canadian manufacturer McDon are new. After buying their first draper in 2018, they were so impressed that they bought McDon headers for their 2 other 770s in 2019. The headers can be driven very close to the ground and adapt to uneven surfaces using their flexible knife bar, picking up very few foreign bodies. From soya to potato harvesting. The fleet includes a Grimmer Varitron 470 for the 230 hectares of table potatoes. The 4-row harvester is equipped with a 7-ton tank and 460 horsepower. Two passes with the Kelly diamond harrow are required after lifting the potatoes to level out the soil. Another benefit is leaving the screening potatoes on the surface. In addition to low operating costs, this tillage implement has excellent high acreage performance. It can easily achieve around 10 hectares per hour. The Quadtrac 500 is incidentally for sale right now. If anyone is interested and could use this giant arable machine, feel free to contact the farm via their website. The Varitron is driven by long-standing team member Jens Müller. In total, the Farmers Cooperative employs 60 workers. 30 are employed in crop farming, 14 in livestock farming as well as operating the biogas plant, and the rest are employed in the workshop or in farm management and administration. The location of the arable land farmed by Grünlichtenberg Farmers Cooperative, around 50 ground points, has fairly good loamy soil. Yet the 700 millimetres of annual rainfall occur fairly irregularly. and the pre-summer period is distinctively dry. Thanks to the consistent implementation of a strategic plan to reduce the arable farm's water consumption, potato yields, for instance, are comparatively good for this region. 40 to 45 tons of tubers are lifted per hectare. And of course, winter crops are sown in mid-October. For this, Grünlichtenberg relies on two heavy-duty seed drills, which are quite different from one another in the way they work. First up in front of us, we have a strip tillage machine from the British agricultural machinery manufacturer Missouri. This is the first machine of its kind in continental Europe. The manufacturer's guiding principle is to drill seed and apply fertilizer while interfering as little as possible with the soil structure. Underneath the seed row, however, the soil is cultivated intensively with the help of loosening tines. Potatoes were grown previously on this field, and the ground has been prepared twice using the disc chain harrow. For the past 2 years, 80% of Grünlichtenberg's 1,300 hectares of wheat have been drilled using the Missouri. The average yield is around 9 tons per hectare. In the long term, the farm managers are committed to improving soil conditions through careful seed drilling. The John Deere tracked tractor is the real workhorse on the farm. Each year, the machine performs over 2,000 work hours from spring through to autumn. Grünlichtenberg is also known for many of their own adaptations. For example, the Missouri is pulled by the farm's own Terra variant during the canola harvest, with the digestate being deposited 25 centimeters deep underneath the seed rows. This drilling process has already been tried and tested on 600 hectares of canola and 600 hectares of cover crop. The second drilling setup is more common, although no less impressive in action. The Xerion 4000 pulls the Lemken Compact Solitaire. Barley is sown in a field that has first been tilled using a Horsch Tiger. The Xerion, ballasted to 24 tons, was mainly acquired to compact the silage, but it goes out onto the field to plant maize in spring. This tractor does around 1,200 hours per year. This is where our overview of autumn work at the Grünlichtenberg Farmers Cooperative in Saxony comes to an end. If you enjoyed this film, then why not take a look at our website, www.farmworld.tv. We have lots of in-depth documentaries about the world of farming and farm machinery for you to watch.